Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of the family friendly Nothing to See Here podcast.
Family friendly.
Yeah, we're a family friendly show. It's me, it's Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm confused.
Why are you confused?
I never signed on for a family friendly podcast.
We've been family friendly since episode 1.
I feel like we've sworn a lot.
Maybe
Well-
Frank bleeps out your swear words.
Yeah, you don't know what I do in the editing process.
I do
We
know
all
that
say
you
duck a lot.
The only thing you know about the editing process is that you get edited quite a bit. So
I'm doing it to keep you on your toes.
don't keep me on my toes because that's more work for me.
Too bad. I'm gonna do it.
I like to be kept off of my toes at all times.
Absolutely not.
Says the lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't practice. I don't actively practice.
Oh.
I work for the government, baby.
And that doesn't keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I was just about to
I
say
feel
that.
like being a practicing lawyer would be easier than working for the government, but
Yeah,
I
to
don't
be-
know.
I do get kept on my toes quite a bit, so I don't need Amanda to do it.
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry,
Oh
Frank.
well.
You decided to be friends with her. You signed up for that.
You
I
did sign
didn't-
up for that.
I didn't know the lifetime investment I was making 7 years ago. So
8.
8 years ago at this point. Wow.
We're old.
Hey,
I felt man.
We are.
I
No.
felt so old today and last Saturday. Unbelievable how old I felt.
mm.
What were you doing that you felt old?
Oh, he was
Um,
ditching us. Don't you remember?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't ditching you today, so it was the Doctor Who specials, which has David Tennant and Catherine Tate in it, who were both the Doctor and companion Donna Noble before. And they make a comment about how they were together before. And they say, "Oh, remember when this happened 15 years ago?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, it
Oof.
has been 15 years,
Oof.
hasn't it?"
I don't like it when you guys
There
call
were
yourself
children
old.
who were babies then and are now teenagers.
Yeah. What did you say, Amanda?
I don't like it when you guys call yourself old. Because I'm the
Yeah,
oldest out
'cause
of
you're-
all of us.
You're older than us. You're ancient.
Yeah.
Our bodies are dying. We're over 25. We can call ourselves old.
No.
Well, if
Yeah.
you were one who drove, you'd have reduced car insurance rates.
Yeah, at 25, you get reduced car insurance rates and reduced rates to rent a car. So then after 25, it's just all downhill from there.
Wonderful.
We
Nothing
are no
good
longer the
happens.
dancing queens. We don't have sweet 16s.
We
I
got
don't know
nothing
what
to look
18
forward
is.
to.
This
Yeah.
is such a depressing intro.
There's nothing. What do you mean? I'm having a great time.
Here, I have something to bring the mood up.
Oh,
Frankie,
my
guess what Amanda did after you left the party last night?
What
I
did
got-
Amanda do?
She watched Life of Luxury.
She
Oh.
did.
I made her watch
Wow.
Life of Luxury.
Did you make her watch the episode we
I
talked about?
did make her watch the episode we did a show on.
So we
And-
should give a little update about that. Amanda, what did you think?
It was awful.
But you loved every minute of it. Don't lie.
No, I did not. Mom
Stop
was there.
lying.
Mom, did I love every minute of that?
I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did not.
What,
You
Monique?
laughed.
Monique enjoyed it. That's good.
The follow-up episode.
Yeah, we watched a follow-up episode.
I
Yeah,
had
what was
them
that
watch
like?
PD's Playhouse.
Oh, Petey's Playhouse is a good one.
Hmm
It was incredibly disturbing.
I do like Petey's Playhouse.
And he like full on wall jumped like Mario into a bunch of bricks that somebody was just holding on to
Yeah, it's
back
funny.
there.
It's funny.
Yeah, until somebody breaks their wrist.
Well, you got a broken wrist for
Wait,
art.
What's the matter?
If you
I
get a
don't know.
broken wrist for art, that's like some of the least painful injuries someone has gotten from art, you know?
Yeah, well, if you're gonna get an injury though, at least make it like jackass level injury.
Why? Why would you want that level of injury? That's horrid. Why would you wish
That's-
that upon someone?
Those are
It's so
vile.
fucking funny.
Yeah, so why did you find Jackass funny, but you didn't find that funny?
I don't know.
Johnny Knoxville had to go to the hospital after the last jackass stunt.
Yeah, and
And that's fine, but this guy like held up a brick? What's wrong?
They weren't even real bricks. They were like Lego bricks.
yeah,
They were
it was-
Lego bricks.
Giant ones too.
Duplo is the baby Lego.
Thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
I don't know. I feel like jackass is more intense. If you're gonna injure yourself, put your life on the line.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the episode where Amanda makes us watch Jackass now.
Oh,
I
I
have made
refuse.
I have made Frankie watch Jackass.
This will be a revelation to listeners. I keep a running list of all movies I've seen in the year that are new to me, not just movies that came out in the year, but ones that I've never seen before. And the year is almost over. It's not over yet. We're recording in December of 2023. We still have a whole month to go.
Very early on in
But
December.
I don't foresee this changing. Jackass Forever is last place in the movies that I've seen. I've seen 18 movies this year that are new to me. Jackass Forever is in dead last.
What is right above it?
The Exorcist Believer.
Oh, right. I went to see that with you too.
Yeah. One of those I wanted to see. One of those you made me watch.
I made you watch a lot of Jackass.
I didn't, but the other ones I'd already seen before.
Right. I just don't think you're a really good movie critic.
What do you
Actually,
mean?
Shit, Amanda, let's be honest.
Shut up, Peanut Gallery.
You also, whoa, time out. We haven't revealed what the episode is yet, but you should know by the title. The Peanut Gallery is going to be an integral part of this episode. You can't tell him to shut up this time.
Peanut Gallery is fourth host today.
Also, Amanda, I'm not a terrible movie critic because let's be honest here, The Exorcist Believer deserves to be that low on any list.
It wasn't that bad.
That movie was terrible.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that it wasn't terrible. I'm saying the lead up was great. The lead
Yeah,
up
the
was
first
phenomenal.
half of that movie is good, and then the second half sucks, and they have an Avengers style introduction for a Catholic priest who then gets killed a minute later.
That's so funny though.
Yeah,
That's why
but
I
guess
don't think
what?
it deserves to be last. It was hilarious.
It was funny. I didn't want to laugh in that movie though.
I don't think they intended it to be funny.
Yeah, that was the funniest movie I've seen all year, but wasn't supposed to be a comedy.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know. Where's Barbie fall again?
Barbie is number 4.
What's
And
in
number
first?
Yeah, let me guess. I think I know this one.
What number 1 is?
Yeah.
Okay, guess
It's-
number 1.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy volume 3.
It is.
Yeah, because it made you cry.
I saw that movie
Twice.
twice in theaters, yes, and it made me cry both times.
Did you cry, Amanda?
I did not, and Frankie kept looking at me like, "Why are you not crying?"
Yeah, she should have cried. It was sad.
He's fine.
What do you
was just the
mean?
rabbit. You
There was
cried at the rabbit.
I cried at the rabbit. I cried at Drax. I cried at a bunch of stuff.
He did, little bitch baby.
Wow. That's so mean.
I am mean.
And who cries every time that they watch Les Mis? Every time?
Every
time.
theater kid ever.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Like
Hannah.
you can't show up and be like, who cries at Les Mis? It's every theater kid ever.
Are you talking about the movie version of Les Mis?
Any version.
Of Les Mis, she bawls her eyes out.
I cried the length of Les Mis. That makes me cry.
I'm
long.
naming one of my sons Gavroche.
I'm sorry. You want to say that name again?
Gavroche?
Gavroche.
I'm sorry. You're a theater kid.
1, I'm barely a theater kid. All right. I might have a theater arts minor on my degree, but 2,
Oh, for
Two.
shame.
Can you spell Gavroche?
Gav.
G-A?
Yeah.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I was expecting an E.
Okay. I think it's Gavorche. I'm pretty close, I think.
I
Right?
think you have the R and the O backwards.
The R and the O mixed up.
I was close though.
It's Gavrocche.
Roche. Gotcha. But pretty damn close for not looking at that name in a while.
I can't agree. I can't have my grandson named Gavroche.
Too bad.
If you marry a French person and have a kid with them,
Okay, I have grown up my entire life with a French name. I would never do that to my grandchild. I just own my daughter first.
Ouch.
Wow.
God forbid. You have a nice French name.
No, I don't. It's really annoying.
My mother's name is Monique, for anybody who's curious. I don't think that's such a terrible name. Do you guys? Am I alone here?
I think Monique's a nice name.
I think
Yeah.
that's pretty.
Yeah, not when you're in elementary and middle school.
Okay, fair.
That would be a bitch to like have to spell in kindergarten.
Imagine your kid when he's in elementary school.
He'll-
People are gonna like call him garbage instead of garage.
He could just go by Gavin.
They call him Big Gavin. No.
I grew up with a name named Amanda. I could have had so many nicknames, but instead, anytime somebody tried to give me a nickname, you would go, her name is Amanda, not Mandy.
I hate Mandy.
You work with a Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy's really sweet. But I hate the name Mandy.
I have a headache.
I'm really glad that I never called you Manda Panda.
Manda's different than Mandy.
Yeah, but I feel like you would slap me if I said that to your daughter.
You
I
might.
would be okay with you saying that.
You? But somebody else? No. What's so funny, Franklin?
What was just said was funny. What do you mean? Why I laughed.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
The thing I never thought of is that like people would go, Amanda.
Yeah, you're a man. Duh.
Duh. Yeah, I like that one though.
My middle name is Nicole, by the way. And
You have two basic bitch names.
not only that, but my uncles thought it would be hilarious. So when I was born, they kept going around saying, she's a man in a hole. Because Amanda Nicole.
Ha. Ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
Ha.
Yeah, it was painful. And I wasn't even cognizant. I didn't even know what they were saying. And I guarantee you, baby me
You
was
side-eyed
annoyed.
them?
Yeah,
You
baby
gave them
me
a
was
side.
totally annoyed. I couldn't even like wipe myself and I was annoyed.
Well, let's continue the show with annoying Amanda. No, don't. No. Back. Absolutely not. We're not gonna have you here.
I don't like when you
we're
call
not gonna
me
have you-
annoying.
We're not. I didn't say that.
You said let's continue on with annoying Amanda.
Yeah, as in we are going to annoy you, not that you
Oh.
are annoying. Oh my god.
That
What did
wasn't.
he was calling you annoying.
I did. I didn't think he meant that they were going to annoy me, which they are, but
You thought he was calling you a name.
I thought he was
Annoying
calling
Amanda.
me annoying Amanda. Yes. Regardless.
This is
I
unbelievable.
love that nickname. Annoying Amanda.
That's the
can't-
nickname that you like?
I
I'm done.
can't believe this. All right, here we are.
Miserable Mandy. if
The
you
end
want.
of episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. This is it. No. So I got baited last week.
You didn't get baited.
I got baited.
No.
You took
I
bait
casually
out.
asked.
You weren't actually baited.
I was baited. Hannah knew what she was doing.
I casually dropped a suggestion.
Hannah knew what she was doing.
Oh well, here we are now.
Mm.
So let's
It's a
continue
good
on.
episode. It's gonna be a good episode.
Yeah. If we like get like a breakthrough on this podcast, I'm gonna regret this so much, I think.
No.
No, it's fun of you.
Yeah. You're my mom. You have to love parts of me.
That's not
Oh,
true.
parts of you.
Fuck off, Frankie. All right. So I got baited last week, and I'm a very gullible person, and Hannah knows this because I've lived with her for years. And so she put that bait out there knowing that I was going to take it because she's not stupid. And I knew it was bait, and I still took it.
I literally threw dollar store candy on the floor and you gobbled it up.
Who
Yes,
wouldn't?
but she's a candy whore.
Yeah, who wouldn't pick that up? That's amazing. Dollar store candy. That's the candy that you go to and you sneak it into the movie theater.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm not
I
wrong.
do enjoy going through the candy aisle in
Mhm.
dollar stores because there's
Dollar
some
Tree.
good stuff there. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know me, which I'm guessing is everybody, aside from these 3 who are here, I have a history of sleepwalking. I don't remember when I sleepwalk for obvious reasons. I'm going to need help in this episode. Even though this is my episode that I'm supposed to be leading, I really can't lead this episode without help.
Well, you should tell them how it started.
I don't remember how it started.
Oh my god.
It started.
You were just saying how it started last night at your
Yes.
party.
I also,
You were in grad school
I was in grad school.
and you were under a lot of stress.
I was under a lot of stress.
I really hope you continue repeating everything that Monique says because the mic is picking her up, but I think it makes it genuinely better that you repeat it in first person.
Anyway, continue. You did. That's where I get it from.
Oh, Frankie's so funny.
Thank
Don't
you. Thank you.
boost his ego. Anyway, I was in grad school. I was under a lot of stress, and I guess it just started happening. Do you remember the first time?
I do. I remember the very first time you were at the art desk and you were painting and you were asleep and you were painting while you were asleep.
Was it a
But-
good painting? Was she doing good?
She was actually staying within the lines and she was doing quite well. But I
Life
thought it was
hack.
kind of funny how she was kind of in this odd trance-like state. I guess that was the first instance that I remember it happening. And
But
it
we
only
didn't know.
lasted about a minute. And I did take video of it because I thought it was very interesting.
And we thought, oh, this might be part of a seizure thing, because I also have seizures.
Non-epileptic.
Non-epileptic, but it was not.
And then the second time, I was upstairs in the bathroom and you had gone to bed. And
Mhm.
you'd been to bed probably for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And normally that's about when it starts. It's either when you're really tired or you've been in bed for about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Mm.
And you got up out of bed and you walked over to your vanity and you turned on the light and you sat down and you started to fake put on makeup. Like you were pulling out stuff that wasn't real and like or using things that weren't quite right. Like you were trying to use an eyeliner that like had nothing left in it. It was like a dry eyeliner. And that's kind of when I knew something was off. And then you started putting on this light fluorescent. It was that flamingo palette you have.
Oh, the electric palette.
And you were putting on this bright orange and hot pink eyeshadow. And
I hate
I
pink.
had to let it go and see what would happen because
I hate pink.
I know. That's part of the reason why I knew something was really off. But I had to let it go and see what would happen. And you just started putting the makeup on your eyes. And it was so bad. And it was so funny. I broke out laughing. And my laughter actually woke you up. And you looked at me when you woke up and said, "What did you do to me?" Like I had done something. When you looked at your face, you were like, "What did you do to me?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything. You did it to yourself."
To be fair, I think that's kind of a shock waking up. It's like waking up when somebody drew a mustache on you. Except instead of a mustache, it was just hot pink eyeshadow. I hate pink.
Yeah, that was the first instance that had happened. And then about 2 weeks later, you called Carrie when you were sleeping.
Oh, Carrie was the first person that I called.
Carrie was the first person that you called.
Aw, sucks for you, Frankie. You weren't the
Wasn't
first.
Frankie.
Wow, I'm so sad about that. I can't believe it.
No, that's amazing because as the story progresses, Frankie got the brunt of Amanda's sleepwalking calls.
He
I
did.
And they were
the-
always an adventure to hear about.
The brunt of her calls, the brunt of her texts.
Mhm.
I got nothing.
You got
nothing.
two.
I got two, and I'm disappointed. I thought I was your best friend. I wanted more sleepwalk calls when I heard
Maybe-
this was happening.
Well, we can keep that in mind for the future.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
because apparently Frankie goes to bed early now because he's a wimp.
What do you mean I'm a wimp?
Just what I
No.
said.
So
No. Wait, I go to bed early because I wake up early so I can go running and eat breakfast before I go to work. And then I'm tired from work and I run after I get home from work as well, which makes me tired. So I go to bed.
Frankie, you shouldn't run. Running is
You
bad
call
for
him
you.
boring?
I did call him boring.
That is boring.
Victory.
What do you want me to do?
I'm just telling you, I agree with her. It's boring. You're boring.
I'm fine with that. I have a nice little life. I like it.
Weekday Frankie is incredibly boring.
That's
You are
fine.
boring.
And Frankie isn't gonna have knees because he goes jogging.
Yeah.
That's
Say
bad for
goodbye to your
you.
kneecaps, asshole.
He won't say goodbye to his kneecaps. He'll just have a knee replacement at like 60.
Yeah. And are they fake knees?
Be fake.
Fake.
They're
Parts of them.
parts of them are real, but parts of them are not real. He's gonna be like a weird cyborg thing in his knees.
Okay,
I
you
have-
had a boob reduction. Does that mean your boobs aren't real anymore?
They didn't put anything fake in them.
I already have crowns on my teeth, so it's fine.
Anyway,
When you get your knee replacements, ask for titanium because then when you die, your body is worth something.
Thanks. Thanks, Hannah.
Life advice with Hannah: get titanium in your body so your corpse is worth something. Put that
Yeah.
on a t-shirt. We're gonna get merch.
your knees will be worth something.
No, I like your corpse will be worth something.
Well, isn't your corpse actually worth something to begin with? I mean, if you,
I mean, I guess the organs.
yeah, I mean, ultimately,
But you gotta harvest those really early.
Yeah.
Scientists love corpses, so
That's true.
yeah, but I guess you can only donate your corpse. It's not like somebody can sell your corpse on your behalf, make a profit for the estate. Interesting thought.
I cut up a corpse in that anatomy class. That was fun.
If I have to hear about 4 balls again, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, my guy had 4 testicles.
Frankie, you can cut that part out, right?
No, please don't.
Ultimately, her sleepwalking started out with little tiny minor instances. And then they seemed to get more kind of eventful.
More advanced. I was
Um,
learning.
She had a habit of texting and calling people when she was sleepwalking. And it would normally happen about 30 to 40 minutes after she went to sleep. And I'm a late night kind of person, so I would be up downstairs in the living room. And sometimes I would get phone calls from people, mainly Frankie or Carrie, telling me that Amanda was probably sleepwalking, or she would actually start walking downstairs and come downstairs in this zombie-like trance and like go to the fridge or go outside and feed the squirrels. They kind of progressed as the stress in grad school got worse. And so it would happen at least 2 to 3 nights a week. And so it was quite challenging to make sure that she was
Safe.
safe. Yes.
Frankie, what is the first experience that you remember with sleepwalking, Amanda?
I have literally no idea what the first one was. They've all just kind of run together.
They have run together. Yeah, there are so many instances. I began videotaping them, but after so many of them, you just are like, yeah, this is another one. I really don't need it.
There's one video that I remember where I was painting with pasta sauce on myself. I don't remember the incident.
That was one of the ones when you called Carrie. I believe that was one of the first ones where you called Carrie.
But I was painting with pasta sauce because I had eaten pasta, I guess, before I fell asleep.
You were actually eating pasta while you fell asleep.
I was eating pasta while I fell asleep.
Yeah, because your sleepwalking episodes, it's not always you completely like go to sleep and then you wake up. Sometimes it's like this little switch inside your head just switches over and you could be sitting on the couch and the next thing you know, it's no longer you, it's an altered version of you where you're not awake.
Interesting. I do know that Frankie has an experience with me on a couch.
What the fuck
Is
does
that
that
really
mean?
how you want to say that?
Oh, I think there was an episode where I was sitting on the couch and Frankie was around where I sleptwalked. I believe it had something to do with a little bitch.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you weren't on the couch though. You were away. I was on the couch.
I feel like, well, I don't know. I thought you told me that had started on the couch and then I moved.
No. You
Oh.
were in a different chair completely.
Yeah, you were in the chair across from the couch. Levi and Frankie were on the couch.
Ah.
So Amanda had graduated from grad school that day. I had gone over that night because it was a Saturday. I wanted to celebrate Amanda graduating. And then also at that point in time on Saturdays, me and my friend Levi would watch wrestling. And we were going through a list of the 100 greatest matches to watch on the WWE network. And one of the matches was a dog collar match.
Was CM Punk, right?
Well, the match that we originally watched was not with CM Punk. It was with Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine. But because we watched that one, we also wanted to watch the CM Punk MJF dog collar match, which had just recently happened. But we couldn't find the match anywhere online. So instead, we watched a video that showed highlights of the entire storyline between CM Punk and MJF as they got to the match. And in one of the packages that they showed there, CM Punk called MJF a little bitch. And Amanda, who, as you just heard, thinks that is funny, just said little bitch to herself and started laughing, which is nothing like out of the ordinary for Amanda's behavior.
No,
No, that's completely normal.
I would
behavior.
do that all the time.
And
I
then
still do that right
That's
now.
the thing you have to realize, you have to know about Amanda sleepwalking, is they will begin with some random comment that is completely normal for Amanda to say.
Not
or
for a
a
normal
com-
person.
yeah, we didn't say that.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks.
We said normal for Amanda. Continue the story, and then I'll reveal the thing about sleepwalking Amanda. But after she says "little bitch" and giggles to herself, she gets off of her chair and goes to get a piece of cake. Again, completely normal behavior for Amanda.
Who doesn't like cake?
I mean, you're celebrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda likes cake any day of the week.
Yeah, I will eat
No
cake.
celebration needed.
Yeah, I will eat cake anytime, any place.
Okay, so there's cake, and you're gonna eat cake because there's cake.
Right.
End of
Yes.
story.
And then, oh, I did remember this bit about the story. Amanda has to cut the cake as well. It's one of those frozen Pepperidge Farm cakes.
Oh, those are my favorite.
Amanda had to cut a slice, and she cut a perfect slice for herself. And then,
That's surprising.
well, you can barely use a knife when you're awake, so
Hey.
don't hate me. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying is true.
Uh-huh.
It's very true.
You cut yourself opening a bag of sugar
Yeah, it's a pretty deep cut too.
with a knife. Yeah, exactly. So don't say you know how to use a knife. Don't act like that's
That's normal. It's not. You really don't wield a light knife that well.
anyway. She cuts the piece of cake perfectly, and then is the moment we realize that she has been sleepwalking. She says out loud, "I'm gonna go take this cake to feed the squirrels." And tries to go out the back door. So I had to rush up and grab her and force her into her seat so she didn't leave to feed the squirrels a piece of frozen cake.
It was somewhat thawed.
It wasn't that thawed. You had taken it out from the freezer and cut it.
That's the best kind of that's the best way to eat that kind of cake.
I agree. I eat that cake that way also. But don't come over here. It was slightly thawed. You had just sliced it from a frozen piece. What do you mean?
Me.
Wow, what a phenomenal comeback. I guess I'll devastatingly think about that late into the night.
I hope you think about that and you cry in the shower.
Yeah, thought-provoking that was.
Thank you.
The thing about sleepwalking Amanda that I established early on, because I would get numerous phone calls and texts to make sure. Usually, I would either egg on the behavior because it was absurdist,
Or call me to stop it.
or I would call Monique to stop it. I would usually call Monique to stop it if Amanda revealed that she was gonna go outside.
And
The
Yeah,
squirrels
we-
need fed, Frankie.
Yeah,
The squirrels
pretty much.
need fed.
Amanda would
Well,
often
Amanda
try to
used
go
come
outside.
downstairs all of the time, sleepwalking. Just her little sleepwalking waddle. And I would know that she was sleepwalking. And you'd ask her a question and she would just ignore you.
Well, you could ask her questions and she wouldn't ignore you unless you
You
asked
ask,
if she was sleeping. If you asked Amanda if she was sleeping while she was sleepwalking, she would either ignore you or just deflect the question by saying something completely random or ask you a separate question. So if she never answered the question, I would usually assume she was sleepwalking. Whenever she was doing this almost on a nightly basis, I would get a text from Amanda, and my first response would always be, "Are you sleeping?" Then I would know what kind of conversation I was in for.
Except for the one time.
Well, the one time I
Sleepwalking
didn't
Amanda got smart.
sleepwalking, Amanda learned to lie. We didn't ask you right away.
I
Did
don't
you-
remember the whole thing leading up to it. I remember the deflect, but I don't remember making the pasta salad.
I do remember that because Amanda was texting about pasta salad and then called me because she was upset that you had made pasta salad and wouldn't let her eat any. Or someone else had eaten it and she didn't have enough.
No, I think
You didn't want to make it.
I believe I had
Promised me.
I had promised her it, and I had diced all of the vegetables and everything to put into the pasta salad, but I had not cooked the pasta. And I was going to cook the pasta the next day and then finish putting it together.
Yes. And this was at 9:30 at night. And Amanda is texting me about this pasta salad that she is unable to have. Then calls me to try and enlist me to convince Monique to make the pasta salad for her. I did not help convince, but Amanda did convince Monique to make the pasta salad by stating that she would eat a significant portion of it that night. And so Monique made the pasta salad, and I asked before the pasta salad started being made, if you were asleep, and you said no. You answered the question.
Mm-hmm.
So me and Monique both believed you to be awake.
Uh-huh.
And just really annoying that night because you
Yeah.
were really annoying.
Which can happen.
But
so-
I
Very
do have to
normal
say,
Amanda behavior.
So the
I do
pasta
have to
salad
say-
was made. And
What? Hold on.
I-
What do you have to say, Mom?
that sleepwalking Amanda is actually more annoying than regular Amanda. Most times. She's needier.
What were you saying, Frankie?
I said the pasta salad was made, and I hung up before it was finished being made.
Uh-huh.
And then I get a call from Monique.
I was livid.
And Monique says, "You won't believe what this bitch has done." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "She was asleep. She lied. She's learned to lie to the question, 'Are you asleep?' And now she doesn't know what's going on. Here, talk to her." I presume you hand your phone to Amanda, and Amanda proceeds to tell me how confused she is as to why there's a bowl of pasta salad in front of her.
And why I'm being forced to eat it.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Well, you begged Monique to make this and said you would eat it."
And I do remember,
I was livid.
I
I
do,
was going to throw that pasta salad down your freaking throat. 9:30 at night, I'm tired, and you made me make pasta salad for you. And then you were like, no, I don't want it.
I just remember waking up very disoriented, having a bowl of pasta salad in my lap, and asking my mom, why is this here? And she didn't answer the question. Instead, she looked like she was going to kill me. And I was just like, what did I do?
Well, I assume at first she thought you were just being annoying and trying to like make her mad.
Is that what you thought?
No, I think I knew from the minute you said, why is it there, that you were asleep.
Oh wow.
At that point,
Ooh.
I went off the deep end. I think I was more mad at myself that I had fallen for it and that I had actually gone through all the work and effort to make the pasta salad, which wasn't easy. It took like half hour, 45 minutes to finish making it.
Because you gotta wait for the pasta to boil, and then you gotta mix in whatever dressing you have and all the vegetables.
And put the noodles in the freezer so they cool down a little bit so it's not too hot.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Sorry.
I would have been very upset. It didn't really impact me, so I thought it was hysterical.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's okay.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's okay.
It's no worse than what you do to me other days.
Ouch.
So, Frankie, the most memorable instance of Amanda sleepwalking?
Well, I have one more thing I want to talk about before we get to that, because there's another character that has to be introduced.
Oh no. It's Otis.
It's our friend Otis. Amanda and I play D&D, and many times during a D&D session, Amanda would just go quiet. And usually that meant she had gone to sleep and actually would be asleep. But sometimes she would send me a message either through Discord or through a text, usually a text.
It was normally a text.
And say something absurd. I would ask if she was asleep. She wouldn't answer. I would be like, "Oh, she's sleepwalking." I tell the rest of the group, "Hey, Amanda won't be participating for the rest of the night. She's sleepwalking."
So, I actually remember the first instance that Otis showed up. And Otis didn't show up until we moved here to Pittsburgh. And it was actually when Levi came to stay with us. I'm going to say it was one evening, and it probably was. I don't think the first incident was a D&D evening. I think it was like a Tuesday. I walked into Amanda's room, and like she was staring out the back window of her bedroom, like intently, like in some sort of weird, bizarre state. I tried to talk to her, and I don't remember exactly what she was kind of out of it. And I didn't pay too much attention to it because, I mean, that happens. And I actually, sometimes her sleepwalking is to the point that I didn't want to deal with it. But then about 2 minutes later, she got up and went to the door in her bedroom, which is the back door to the house, and started to go outside. And that's the moment that I stopped her, is because I didn't want her going outside. And so at that point, I found out why she wanted to go outside. And she told me that there was a frog outside and that she wanted to talk to him. And at that point, Levi came in and was incredibly curious about the frog. I was upset and told the frog to go away. And Amanda got very, very mad at me because Otis was her friend, and how dare I tell him to go away. And Levi
was loving this.
Levi decided that they would have fun and acted like I was wrong and asked Amanda all about the tree frog. So we found out that the tree frog, his name was Otis. I asked why Otis had to come by so late to visit.
He's a professional, Monique.
And I was told that Otis works and he stops by to visit on his way home from work. And then we found out that Otis is, well, an ER doctor at the hospital near here. That's why he has to stop so late. So Otis is a tiny little green tree frog with bright red eyes who is an ER doctor and can talk. Is that pretty much all we know about Otis?
I don't know.
Well, Otis also wants to play D&D apparently. On the nights that he appeared during our D&D sessions, occasionally Amanda would send pictures of Otis to the D&D chat.
Now,
Or
were
not
these
pictures
actual photographs that she took from her window?
One of
Yes.
the times it was just a picture of the backyard. There's no frog at all in the back in there. But Ryan and Catherine would play along and go, "Oh yeah, look at Otis." One of the times, I said, "Well, look, Otis has got to go. We're in the middle of something."
She cries when you tell her that Otis has to leave.
Well, yes, she did.
Otis has to leave. She will cry.
She did, and so Amanda insisted that Otis could play D&D
I did.
with the
Let him
group.
play.
And I
Let
said, "Well,
him play."
well, I asked about his character, and Amanda had no information about his character, so he couldn't play. And I've never been informed of if Otis has a D&D character or not.
I why are you asking me? I'm not asleep.
You're his friend. You're his only friend.
I don't know this frog.
He's an ER doctor. He's bound to have more friends than just Amanda.
ER doctors can be he might not have a good bedside manner. And
I
some
don't know this frog.
some people just don't like frogs, you know?
Well, that's what I was told the first time I told him to leave, is that she told me that I had a bias against frogs.
Are you frogist, Monique?
Apparently I am. So, but I haven't heard from Otis in a while.
Amanda, I don't think has sleptwalked in a while.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. I'm not saying it's bad.
She does not have a lot of stress in her life at the moment. That is a good thing.
I'm not saying it's bad. I just like to know if Otis is okay.
You do realize that somehow, some way, you're planting the seeds in her subconscious or unconscious. I don't know which it would be. And somehow this week she will sleepwalk because of it.
I hope not.
Listen, all we want is an Otis update.
I hope she doesn't, because I'll be asleep early and then I won't get to know what happened to Otis.
You stay up late on D&D nights. It could be Wednesday. So now that we've introduced Otis, I think the next thing we need to ask is if Hannah remembers any instances of Amanda sleepwalking.
Hannah does remember, from what I heard last night, does remember a little bit about the Otis incident.
I vaguely remember hearing about Otis, but I'm not in the D&D group, so I missed out on a lot. And as I said at the beginning of our episode, Amanda, despite being her best friend, Amanda does not call or text me when she sleepwalks. Or I am like third on the list when it comes to calling or texting. So I was sitting here trying to think of times that Amanda has talked to me during her sleepwalking state. And I thought of two. One time, the main time, it was a Wednesday night, so it was D&D night. And I get a text from Amanda. She just sends me a link to Discord. Just a link. And like, I had no clue what I was supposed to do with the link because I was not a Discord user at the time.
To be fair, let me just point out, I don't awake. I don't fucking know how to add people to Discord.
Well, I didn't know at the time either. So it was really fun trying to, one, remember login info that who knows when I created. And then two, try to decipher what she means when she just sends me this link. Because also, this is a closed group, correct? Like, I have to be invited in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I couldn't, like, I was trying to search up the group because the link I had didn't really work. I had to, like, search the group, did not come up. And then Amanda sends me a message to finally join the group through Discord. And she adds me into the D&D server, which I'm very impressed with Sleepwalking Amanda because she walked me through it over text.
Did I?
You did. You're like, go here, I'll add you. Click this, I'm going to send you an invite. Here you go. And then I pop in and it's laughter because they're having a conversation. I don't know about what, but I realize that Amanda has been sleepwalking this entire time.
She pulls it off very well.
She does.
It's almost imperceivable.
Well, that was the thing. She just sent me the Discord link. She's like, I'm just adding you to this group. Okay, that's normal. I don't know why I'm being added on a social media I don't really use at the time. But she walked me through getting it to the group and everything and added me, and I was very impressed.
I'm a little impressed by me too.
I'm impressed by that too because Amanda doesn't use Discord, so
I don't. I even said that I don't know how to do that currently. How to add people.
Are
Well,
you
No.
saying
you're
Sleepwalk that's smarter than you?
I'll say that she's smarter than me when it comes to Discord. Yeah, I'll say that.
I think if my judgment is correct, we have two more big stories about sleepwalking Amanda.
Oh, well, I'm not done with this story about
Oh,
sleepwalking Amanda.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Hannah. I'm
Because
sorry.
there's part 2 to it. Don't worry.
Way to be an
I
asshole.
realized
Catherine.
Frankie and I think someone else, I don't remember who, but they were trying to wake Amanda up. And Monique wasn't really answering her phone. She was upstairs. She was not in the room. And Monique wasn't really answering. So I go, I have a great idea. I know how to get her to wake up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
This is mean.
yes, I was really mean because I thought that it would just like jar you awake. I said, Amanda, your cats, they're running away.
Tears.
Just screaming and tears.
You do realize that she gets upset when her fake friend ER Dr. Otis has to go home and she cries. And you told her that her cats were running away?
I don't know what I was hoping. I guess I hoped she would just like wake up and be like, oh my God, my cats. I gotta get my cats before they run away.
Actually, I will tell you, there was one instance, and I think Frankie might remember this because Amanda called him after it happened and tried to get him to be mad at me. But Amanda was down in the kitchen and she was sleepwalking. And I knew she was sleepwalking because she was doing the sleepwalking waddle, which is a telltale sign. And so she came down to the kitchen to get something to eat.
Mhm.
And she did, again, pull out a big ass knife. And I was trying to stop her.
Oh my God. You are. No.
I was trying to stop her from using the knife. And at the same time, I don't know, me being fed up with months and months of dealing with her sleepwalking, she's standing in front of me holding a knife. And I went, oh no, don't stab me. And she woke up and saw the knife in her hand and freaked out.
What would you think?
Part of me felt really, really bad, but part of me thought it was fucking hilarious. And I believe she did call you after the fact, Frankie, didn't she?
She did. She was very upset.
I thought I had tried to like kill my mom.
I know, and I feel really bad about it now, but oh,
We have to try anything to wake you up.
Not that.
Anything.
well, just not in a good way.
I don't think I talked to you for a while.
Oh, you didn't know. You were very, 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 very mad at me, and justifiably so. I mean, after the fact, I put myself in the situation where you were at, and I would have been horrified had I been holding a knife and somebody standing in front of me saying, "Don't stab me." So yeah, I kind of agree with you now, but at the time,
I thought I needed to be institutionalized because I thought I was a danger to people.
no, I just didn't want you using a really big ass knife to cut something. And I don't know what, I think you were trying to cut a pickle.
Oh my God.
A pickle?
I do like pickles.
Oh,
I don't like whole pickles, and I think you bought whole pickles.
I did. I bought the whole pickles, and you wanted to quarter the pickle.
You're right.
Like it was a big, huge dill, and you wanted to cut long quarter slices of the dill.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I don't like eating.
But why? No. Why quarter slices? Cut like a circle slice. What are you doing?
Oh, fuck
No,
you.
No, you don't do circle slices. You cut it long ways.
That you get like the deli pickle, like the deli pickles.
I don't like pickles, so
He doesn't like pickles. You're so weird.
Pickle slices and pickle quarters are two very different things.
Yeah.
And when you're talking a kosher dill, it needs to be a quarter,
Like-
not a slice.
Like a deli pickle.
Yes.
how about no pickles?
I'll
How about
pick
you
off the
grow up
pickles
and start
give them
liking
to
the
you.
taste of vinegar, you weak ass bitch.
All right, calm down. Calm down. Learn to cook food. All right. Then you can come at me.
Oh, you are in so much trouble.
I feel fine. So
I have one more sleepwalking Amanda story before we get to the most iconic one. I literally just remembered this like 30 minutes ago. But one night at like midnight, Amanda calls me. And I don't know she calls me because I don't see this voicemail till the next day. But she left me a voicemail and she goes, she's like very, very quiet. She's whispering and she's like, Hannah, gotta tell you a secret. Waffles is a Russian spy. Don't tell anyone. He's a spy. And if for some reason this is the first episode you are listening to, Waffles is my dog. I have 2 dogs, both corgis. Their names are Truffles and Waffles. I think at this point Waffles is like a year old. Like
He's still a baby.
still. He's a baby.
Yes.
Well, he is
He's a
baby.
puppy
They're both my
still.
babies.
No, he's a puppy still. Like he was not as big
was
as he
young.
is now.
Yeah. But the joke is, we say, my parents and I say that Truffles is the spy. So I had to call her back the next morning when I got the message, and I was laughing my ass off because it was so close to what my parents and I say about our dogs. And she had no clue what I was talking about for a little bit.
Yeah, because that's the thing about it, is that she'll wake up the next morning or that night and have no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if it's funny enough, everybody will know about it but her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I was invited to a party, but then wasn't actually invited to a party.
what?
It's like everybody was invited to this party except me.
That's
But
way
somehow
better.
I was there.
See, I thought you were gonna say it's like I was invited to a party and then fell asleep at that party and missed everything, which is a way better analogy.
It is a much better analogy, but at the same time, she missed everything, but she was the life of the party.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's not fair.
It does bring joy to those around you.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Yeah, think about it like that. You're spreading joy to everyone else.
This next story really,
The main
spreads
event.
joy. The main event. The story that we tell everyone we meet.
They told my boss yesterday at the party.
Oh, that's your boss. Didn't know
I
that.
said that.
You just said coworker.
That is not, I said boss.
I didn't hear
said-
boss.
Her boss, yes.
Yeah, I said boss. Hannah.
I know you definitely said boss. I don't know when exactly, but you said that's my boss.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't hear that.
Way to go, Franklin.
Not my problem. I get a text.
Frankie has to take lead on this one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I get a text from Amanda.
Ugh.
When was this exactly? Like,
This
was
was
this
in-
peak sleepwalking?
Yeah, well, this was near the beginning.
Oh, okay.
This was before it was every day.
Okay.
Yeah, this must have been probably like a month or 2 into the instances happening.
Because
Up to this point, it was little things like putting on makeup or getting up and taking a shower or run-of-the-mill daily things she was doing. This was the first time that anything had become elaborate or imaginative.
and this was the first time I had to call Monique. And not because Amanda had put herself in or was about to put herself in danger by going outside, but because I was forced to call Monique. I get a text from Amanda where she expresses that she is sad for all the toys that we stopped playing with.
A very normal message.
And it is normal for Amanda, to be fair.
She could have just been watching Toy Story.
Well, that was my thought because I texted her back and said, "Do you think Toy Story is a documentary?" And she goes, "No, I just think it's very sad when people stop playing with toys."
Completely normal so far. I
And
would
I
say
was
all of
Still
this.
normal. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, "Well, I felt more bad about me." And I thought we were going to get into a conversation like, as you get older, you stop playing with certain things.
Yeah, you lose your imagination and yeah.
And and you grow up and you stop playing with toys as much, and it's kind of sad to think about that.
Yeah, loss of innocence.
And Amanda's response to that is, "What about the trees? What about them, Amanda?" Amanda goes, "They just stand around all day."
Yeah, they do.
Again, not far from a
Not
normal conversation.
not
A
far
very
from
sharp
normal,
turn, but normal.
but
Yes.
not well. I was suspicious by the sharp turn because
Really?
usually Amanda will address the text and then make the sharp turn. So I was like, all right, that's weird. Because Amanda will always address it with either some sort of smart comment or just like an emoji or a GIF.
Okay, fair, fair.
And
Mhm.
She
then
does do that, yes.
and then she will make a sharp turn. But the message wasn't addressed. So I was like, all right. And I said the trees do a good job of standing around, and they do.
And they do a very good job of it.
10
And
out of 10.
I would
Give
get
them
tired
5 stars.
then we hit the moment
Oh no.
The moment TM.
where everything shifts. And Amanda texts me, what are your thoughts on the Goo War?
I've heard this story so many times and it still hits.
Now,
You put it
It's
last
so
night.
I love it.
the reason
love
why I asked her, what do you mean? Which one, normal question when you hear someone ask you about the Goo War. And two, this reflects something, Hannah. This is how you know it's very early on, because my first response was not to ask, are you asleep?
No,
Correct.
that's before you actually learned the "Are you asleep?" question.
Yeah, that took a bit of time to learn that. This is what prompted me to later be suspect of any nighttime conversation with Amanda.
There are times that you call me or I call you and you ask me, are you sleepwalking? And I have to say, no.
Yeah, that's like, I don't even say hello first. I just go, are you asleep? And she'll go, no. And then I'll be like, all right, I can have an actual conversation with my friend and not have them forget it.
So you think.
Yeah.
Well, she might forget it, but that's just who she is. It's not because she doesn't remember any words that were said at that moment.
It's just because I have the memory of a goldfish. Anyway.
Anyway, she proceeds to tell me that there is a war being waged between lipstick and lip gloss on one side.
Are you reading the text messages?
I don't have the text messages.
I do.
I'm not going to read them word for word, though. That's no. And lotion on the other side. A war between, I guess, goos. I wouldn't necessarily
they
call
are
it.
both gooey items.
Yeah.
But a lipstick.
Lipstick
not-
is less goo. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand lip gloss. That's definitely a goo.
I don't know. Maybe I was thinking like liquid lipsticks. I don't know.
Maybe it's like lipstick. It's like the World Wars. Lipstick just has like a great alliance with lip gloss.
Fair.
They were
Fair.
dragged into it.
It could be a man named the war because to
Oh,
men
that's
it's
very
all
true.
gooey stuff.
She tells me she's asking my opinion on the Goo War and whose side I'm on. Like, it's a fucking American Idol competition. Who do you think's gonna win? And I don't have a side because I'm confused as to what the Goo War is. I never really got the goal. I never asked the question either, to be fair. But like, I never learned the goal of the Goo War.
It
think-
was genocide.
Yeah.
Oh
they were-
yes, each side wanted to genocide the other.
Yes, wipe them out of existence. Either lipsticks and lip glosses won or the lotions won.
And so Amanda tried to convince me of why she was siding with lotion, because lotions heal people. When you have an itch or a sunburn, you use lotion to heal that. And while lipstick and lip gloss are nice to have, they just don't heal people in the same way that lotion does. So she, while she would miss being able to use lipstick and lip gloss, she had to reluctantly side with lotion. A thorough explanation as to why she was siding with lotion.
Yeah.
Over a variety of texts. And then she says, which side are you on? They're fighting each other. And I didn't know what she meant by they're fighting each other. So I asked, do you mean like the tubes of lipstick and the bottles of lotion are like fighting each other? No, incorrect.
Well, yes.
Actual human soldiers were fighting this war.
Along with these lipsticks.
Countries. This was becoming a world war.
I do have the countries. Can I pull up the countries?
Yeah, name the countries, Amanda.
Give me 1 second.
What do you mean? I thought you said you had them.
I do have them. I just didn't have them pulled up because you were like, I don't need them.
I didn't say that. I don't know all the countries you had, but I know the two that stand out the most.
There are quite a few that stand out.
I got it.
Yeah,
There's
I didn't know
two.
you knew this many countries, to be quite
There's
honest.
two heavy hitters on this list.
I think I know who they are.
All right. I got Madagascar,
That's one of
Bolivia,
them.
That's not one of the heavy hitters.
Really?
UK, Spain, Canada, Chile, Colombia, South Africa, Japan, North Korea, Iceland, Norway, Malaysia, New Zealand,
Let me know when I can say the heavy hitters, the two.
Liechtenstein,
Yeah, that's the heavy hitter.
That's it. Okay.
Poland,
I know the other one.
and Uganda.
Yeah, baby.
I
Second
forgot
heavy hitter
about
right there.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein and Uganda.
Oh, and China.
And she spelled Liechtenstein right. That is
Yeah.
what impressed me.
So then Amanda proceeds to say that the communist countries are siding with lip gloss,
Mm-hmm.
and the more democratic countries are siding with lotion. But so I was like, what do you mean? That's only two countries for lipstick. That's not much of a war.
Except for Bolivia, Iceland, and South Africa.
Yeah, I guess they said, well, lipstick's more important. So
Yeah, I don't know.
so then Amanda asks which side I'm going to vote for.
Because it's a tie in America.
And there's an election, well, a vote to be held on which
On what
side.
day?
Well, I'll get to that.
On what day is this vote? Because it's very important.
Oh, the
We'll
vote's
get to
supposed to
it.
be. Yeah, I'll get to that.
Okay.
The vote's supposed to be on which side America will support, lotion or lip gloss. Amanda says the election is tomorrow, so I have to make a choice. And tomorrow being a Friday, a day when no elections are held in America.
Because you would know.
I would know.
I would hope you would also know, Amanda.
I don't.
Well, Amanda, what day are elections held in America?
Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, the second Tuesday.
Of?
November.
Yeah, nice job. You've done it.
And May.
Well, May's the primary, so it's different state by state. But general elections like this one would be national elections. I'm proud of you. Anyway,
I totally didn't have somebody whispering all of that into my ear.
Yeah, totally not. So she asks who I'm going to vote for, and I say, I say there's no election being held because tomorrow's a Friday. And she goes, well, it's a special election because of what's happening.
This isn't a normal vote now.
This isn't a normal vote, lawyer boy.
We're going to war.
And proceeds to keep saying, you should know this. You're a lawyer. I say, I'm a pacifist. I'm not going to choose to send anyone to war.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the people don't have the power to declare war. Only Congress does. Amanda's response to this is that, yeah, normally that's true, but Congress has said that they're going to declare war against whatever side America chooses not to support. So we'll have the election, and then Congress will join that side and declare war on the other. And I continue to insist that I refuse to vote on this. And Amanda says, well, you should vote because you might get drafted. What do you think about them bringing back the draft? And I am befuddled. And I say, well, I can't get drafted. And even if I do, I can't get drafted. I'm a student because I was still in law school at the time. And two, even if I get drafted, I'd probably fail the physical. So I wouldn't be in the army. And then Amanda says, yeah, but that's what we thought about my dad. And he
Yeah.
got drafted.
How old is your dad, Amanda?
He was what, like 51 at this point?
It was
He's only
2 years ago.
older than me.
So
So yeah.
yeah, 51.
So a 51-year-old man had been drafted into the war.
It
And
doesn't stop there.
it does not stop there because Amanda says that I said I didn't know her dad was 51 at the time, but I said, well, Amanda, your dad's too old to be drafted. And Amanda goes, no. They've extended it. The draft is now only for people 65 and older. And I say, perfect. I'm under 65. And she goes, no, I meant 18 to 65. That's who's getting drafted. And I said, what the hell are they doing with these old people in the war? And Amanda's response is bullet shields.
Because they don't have actual bullet shields that people
Yeah.
can use made out of armor.
Yeah,
We
why
have
would
other people as bullet shields.
we supply the military with bullet armor, combat armor? We just put old people out there.
I don't
So,
actually think we should do this. I want to clarify that to
yeah,
our
no
viewers.
one thinks that.
The elderly are still important.
Yeah.
They
I
say
worked
as
at
I'm
a
in
personal
tears.
care home.
Amanda says you can still be drafted. My mom and Levi got drafted. I'm like, well, your mom's not eligible for the draft. She's a girl. And Levi and Amanda says, well, they changed it to be men and women are both eligible for the draft. And I said, the Supreme Court has already said women are not eligible for the draft. And I don't think the conservative court that we have would change that.
Oh, how the times have changed.
Oh, and this is
And-
the best line.
And then Amanda says, I don't know why they made the decision they made. Maybe they got possessed by demons or something.
And had them vote against their beliefs, yes.
And then she's like, but my mom got drafted. And I, at this point, continuing to egg Amanda on, I ask her what year it is.
Oh God.
And what year did you say it was, Amanda? I think you said 2027.
27, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, 2027.
You said it was 2027 and that you were 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You were single. You didn't want to date anyone because of the war going on. I said you should get a move on because people are getting drafted apparently left and right. And the age range 18 to 65, you're losing all kinds of prospects. And then I ask you, who is the president of the United
This
States?
is my favorite part.
I
But-
need everyone listening to, we're going to take a moment. We're just going to be silent. I need everyone listening to shout out their answer of who they think the president of the United States is in 2027
With the Goo Wars going on.
with the Goo Wars. And we're about to go to war. We don't know what side yet, but we're going to go to war in the Goo Wars. And this president is in charge. Shout
I
out your
actually might
answer.
vote for this ticket if it came up. If it came up in this political election that's coming up, I would go for this ticket.
I think a lot of people would.
Does everyone guess their answer? You're all wrong. You're all incorrect.
Well, some of them could be right. We don't
I
know.
doubt it. No, they're all wrong.
I also doubt it.
The ticket, the people running our country, President Dwayne the Rock Johnson, with his
Hell
vice president Martha Stewart.
Hell yeah.
That is a ticket.
This
So-
is the second time we've brought up Dwayne the Rock Johnson on our podcast.
Is it? When was the first? I don't remember the first.
When we said he stars in Snow White,
Oh, he is
when
the
he's
star
the
swimmer.
boulder.
Yeah, he's that giant boulder that kills
Mhm.
the evil queen.
Yeah.
I hope he knows he's an integral part of this podcast now.
Yeah, 2 out of 9 episodes.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
Amanda then says that I need to call Monique because Monique is scared and alone in
No,
basic
I'm
training.
scared. I'm scared and alone. And I'm
You're
scared
scared
for
and
her.
alone. But you also
Yeah.
said that it might be scary for Monique.
Yeah.
You're
I guess.
you're worried. You're worried about how Monique is being treated in basic training, and you are insistent that I call her, and I am insistent that if she is in basic training, she cannot take a phone call at any time of the day, which is true. But you're insistent that I call her to make sure she's okay.
She was actually crying.
And this is why I did call Monique actually in real life, because Amanda got very worried over the text messages, and I was like, crap, she probably is actually crying right now about this. And she was. So I did call Monique to tell her. And while I'm on the phone with Monique saying, hey, Amanda's been sleepwalking for a while, texting me about the Goo War and President Dwayne Johnson. Amanda texts me that if Monique is not okay, we're gonna rescue her and dig a tunnel into the barracks,
And break me out.
Breakout.
break Monique out of basic training, and have her become a fugitive, I guess.
Better than a bullet shield.
Yeah.
Monique, aren't you so glad your daughter loves you so much? She's gonna
I
help
am.
you
That's
become
just my
a
part work.
federal criminal by breaking you out of basic training.
Mm-hmm.
And taking Frankie along for the ride.
I wouldn't have gone.
Wow, you care about me so much.
I do care about you.
Hannah would go.
Hannah would go.
I would be the distraction.
Do you know how many crimes you would have committed doing that?
No, I don't want to know.
Federal
tell me.
crimes, military crimes. God,
Mm-hmm.
so much
So-
jail time.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, why was I drafted before you?
I don't know.
You're
You're-
young and able-bodied.
Your number came up first. What do you mean? That's how the draft works. It's random.
Yeah, Mom.
They needed bullet shields, apparently.
I don't know why you'd go to basic training for that. There's not a lot of training that needs to be done.
Here, stand here.
Yeah.
Do they give
see
you
this-
full military training and then surprise the bullet shield aspect on you?
Yeah, see this young person? You're going to stand in front of them. You're done with your training.
Jesus Christ.
I remember getting the phone call from Frankie, and it was the first time that you had ever called me that she was sleepwalking, and you did sound quite concerned. So
This
I
was
went
like,
upstairs,
this was one of my first experiences with it.
and
Mhm.
she was bawling like crazy, and she looked at me like she didn't know how I had shown up there.
You did tell me, because you were still on the phone with me as you went up to her. So she was confused as to how you had appeared in her room.
Obviously, you
training.
got out via tunnel.
Yeah, you tunneled your own way out.
Somebody else either helped you with the tunnel or you did it yourself.
Frankie was gaslighting Amanda the whole time and had already broken Monique out.
Yeah. That was it.
I think I got off the phone with you, and it took a little bit for me to calm her down. And then when she calmed down,
You got in trouble.
I ended up waking her up.
And you got in trouble.
Who got
My
in trouble?
You got in trouble. You said don't egg her on.
Oh, Frankie got it. I did.
Yeah, you got in trouble.
I did scold Frankie for egging her on, and he said, "I'm sorry, I couldn't pass up the opportunity."
You couldn't
We had
have.
to know about the Goo
And
Wars.
this was before I had actually seen the text messages.
Yeah.
And once I saw the text messages, I forgave Frankie.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
can't pass up an opportunity like that. I had no idea she was gonna. I didn't know it was gonna end with Monique being drafted into a war, and Amanda being hysterically upset about you in basic training.
I mean, truly, the text messages themselves were comic gold.
They are.
They are a treasure I think I will hold on to for many years to come.
I think like Amanda, if I outlive you, this is going to be a story we tell at your funeral.
This is the eulogy.
This
Yeah.
is the
Frankie and I are going to go up there in front of everyone and act out these text messages.
Oh, Hannah, that means we both have to live, Amanda.
We are younger than her.
That's true. That's true. She is ancient.
They're still younger.
She is ancient over there.
It's almost her birthday.
It is almost your birthday. You're gonna be older again. Oh,
Wait, does
Well,
this
by
go
this-
up around your birthday? No.
no,
Well,
this is
by the
when
time
by the
this
time this
pod-
is up, her birthday's already passed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I couldn't remember what day we were posting.
Our first
Our first
episode is
episode.
already after her birthday.
It's the 5th, actually.
No, what do you mean?
Ooh.
What? Your
Yeah.
birthday's not on the 5th. What are you on about?
We're posting on the 5th.
Incorrect.
Our first episode went up January 7th.
Oh, never
We
mind.
are 1 day off.
2 days.
I'm 2
2
days.
days off. I majored in English. I know math, I swear.
2 days off, 1 day off of your birthday. We'll give you that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So immediately wrong. We'll let you know that. This
Yeah.
episode here, I'll keep myself, on track. This episode should be out on the 24th of
Mhm.
January. So if this came out on the 24th of January, I've done my job correctly.
If he hasn't, go to our email and write an email, and in the subject line say for Frankie. You
I
suck.
didn't think Frankie's email address is actually posted.
No,
No.
to the show email.
To the podcast email.
Oh,
Right
oh.
in the subject line, Frankie
Amanda
sucks
read
at
all
his
the
job.
complete emails.
Yeah, because I'll read the show emails.
Oh, okay.
I read the complaint emails.
Yeah, she reads the reviews that are under 5 stars because Hannah and I don't want that in our lives.
I said that as a joke, and now we're just running with
We
this.
want 5-star reviews only. Anything else goes to the email. Subject it to Amanda.
You guys make me cry, I swear to God.
Be nice to her. She's sensitive.
Obviously.
She might kill you in the Goo Wars, so watch out.
Hey,
What do you mean, hey? What's wrong?
why would I kill them?
You might get drafted. You don't know. You only know what happened that one night.
We have no clue who the
We-
US voted for.
We hadn't even entered the Goo War yet, so you don't even know when you're going to be drafted.
Hey, it's not 2027 yet. We should not pick too much, because what if we end up having a Goo War? What if
No
this
one goes
podcast
to vote.
is the catalyst that starts the conversation of the Goo War
If this
America, do not go to
podcast
vote.
starts a war
between
Where-
lipstick and lotions?
where literal bottles of lotion and tubes of lipstick are fighting, I'd give all 3 of you $100.
$100? Really? That's it?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
cheap. I'm cheap.
Obviously.
Ugh,
I'll take you all out to a nice dinner. How about that?
I'm good with that.
That might be less than giving us each $100.
Actually, that might be more. Can I ask where the place would be? I want it to be the melting pot.
We'll see if the melting pot might go away during the Goo War.
It could.
There's a lot of goo at a melting pot.
Cheesy goo. Where does cheese goo land in the Goo Wars?
And
There's
with
a
that,
secret third side.
I think this episode's done.
You can't end the episode.
Watch me.
I have a question for the audience. We can't end.
Uh-huh.
Who are you voting for in the Goo War? Let us know. Frankie, Amanda, where are you on the Goo War? Who are you voting for? Which side are you on?
I refuse to side as a pacifist.
I mean, I guess I'm also for lotions, but like, I don't understand my reasoning because chapsticks also heal you.
But chapstick's not a lip gloss or a lipstick.
That's fair. You're right. All right.
I think
lotions?
chapstick is definitely like not a part of this.
I would assume now that chapstick might side with them out of solidarity.
I mean, it is a lip product after
Right.
all.
But who knows? They might also not care.
They might say we're pacifists. We're not getting involved.
They might side with lotion because if lipstick and lip gloss are out of the way, they're the only game in town.
Actually, that's quite ingenious.
That is kind of ingenious.
It's a way for them to get rid of them for good.
Is
Mhm.
chapstick
Did
the mastermind
chapstick
behind
instigate?
it all?
Yeah, did they instigate the Goo War, do you think?
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, so you think Chapstick is the catalyst and not the podcast?
It's a
Chapstick is the
conspiracy.
mastermind. Chapstick planned this.
All right.
Props to Chapstick.
I didn't expect it from him.
Impressive.
All right, now we can end the episode.
Thank God. Thank God.
Let's take care of some business and wrap up here. Remember to subscribe or follow us on whatever system you're using to listen to this podcast. Remember to leave us a review. If you're leaving us a review on the podcast app, 5 stars only.
We want to be the highest rated podcast.
If
5 stars.
we want to be the highest rated Christian family friendly podcast in that category. If you want to send us anything less than a 5-star review, send it to our email along with any ideas for episodes, any comments on our episodes, any questions you have for the 3 of us, and you can send that to our email at
Nothing to see here podcast at gmail.com. I want to hear your Goo War theories. What are your Goo War conspiracy theories? Did Chapstick start the Goo Wars?
if you would all like to see some artwork for the show and other things that we post that are fun there, you can follow us on Instagram at
Nothing to see here pod. I promise you there is a picture of Dwayne the Rock Johnson badly photoshopped into Snow White.
as the Rock, right? Like as the
Yes, his
boulder.
face is on the boulder.
Okay, yeah.
It is. I have badly photoshopped him into this film because he
I would
stars in it.
actually love to see a Photoshop of Dwayne the Rock Johnson
As the
as
president.
the president.
That's just
I
him in
will
a suit.
post that too.
It's just him in a suit. What are you?
With Martha Stewart.
Standing behind
I will
him.
badly Photoshop these 2 presidential candidates together.
And what do we have any other business to take care of? I don't think we do.
Do you want to hint at your episode next week, or do you not know again?
I know what we're doing. I
Oh,
do know what we're doing. What's that, Amanda? What'd you say?
Oh wow.
Okay, 1 out of 2. It's not like I never know what I'm doing. As we're recording this on December 3rd, 2023, something that I loved a lot, I've started watching again, and I'm going to explain some of the history behind it.
I don't want to hear about Doctor Who.
You're going to hear about Doctor Who, baby.
I'm
We're
very
gonna-
excited, Frankie.
We're going to talk about the Doctor. We're going to talk about all 14 of the Doctors, not in detail.
That'd be a long episode.
That'd be a long episode. We're gonna talk about all 14 of the Doctors, plus the bonus Doctor, the War Doctor, and the upcoming. Well, at this point, he's already aired as the 15th Doctor. At the point the episode comes out, not by the time we record, so I won't know how I feel about the 15th Doctor. But we'll talk about the Doctor. We'll talk about his companions. We'll talk about his TARDIS and what he's about. Amanda, I have a feeling you would like the Doctor.
She would if she actually watched it.
I doubt it.
She said the same thing about Life of Luxury.
Yeah, and I did not like it.
You laughed at it, therefore you liked it.
I laughed at my mother's reaction.
Liar.
You enjoyed it. You don't want to admit it.
Admit it.
I did not enjoy that. No, I did not.
You enjoyed Petey's Playhouse.
I loved Phoebe's Playhouse.
It's a good episode.
You'd like to go to Petey's Playhouse.
Absolutely not.
Why not? There's like giant Legos there.
Duplo.
There's also a weird bear and a ball pit.
All right. Chuck E. Cheese has a weird mouse running around serving people pizza. What do you?
Do you see me going to Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh, bullshit. You loved Chuck E. Cheese when you were little.
Yeah, all right.
Dave and Buster's has people shooting at each other in the parking lot.
Oh, that's such a fun story.
A story for another time. We will see you all next week for episode 10 of the Nothing
10
to See Here
already?
podcast. 10 already.
10 already. Wow.
So good night and goodbye. This is Frankie.
It's Hannah.
I'm regretting some of my life choices.
Bye.
Same.